What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about PEPE today. This one comes to us at the request of Stana. Stana, we're doing this one for you. Looking at this here, looking at the chart, I'm on the PEPE USDT chart on Poloniex. And I actually, I made a bet with a buddy, not a buddy, some guy that I talk shit to on Discord. He talks shit to me. We're friends, more or less, but from low to high here, I was pointing out this range. Probably, I want to say it was back here. It was sometime in May, and we just rejected this 236, and I said I bet that PEPE goes below its 618 or to its 618. I think I said to it, if not below it, before it ever breaks through this 236. And it came close. It came close a couple times. But here we are now. All the way down at the 618. We actually went below it. He didn't believe in fibs. I told him that if I won, that he had to start using fibs, because that's why. And look at that, man. We actually went right to the 618, right to the sweet spot, man. So the reason I felt confident that we were going to go there is because we double tipped this 236. Whenever you double tap that 236, you generally do. I'm surprised that it took us so long. You generally do just make a move straight down to the 618, but it took us a while. Finding this resistance at the 382 was the key to getting us down here, apparently. Is PEPE done going lower? I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I took that moment there to brag, but to also just kind of show you guys like an example of why I think the way I do, at least with fibs, right? And why fibs work, and if they don't work, there's a lot of coincidences that happen around them. But this 618, man, literally, this was the line in the sand for me with my bet, and it proved me right. From all the way back in May, from literally all the way back in May. It took a long time, but here we are. Patience is key. Oh no, I gotta plug something in here. Let's see. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. So looking at this thing on Poloniex, because I think that this was the in a certain sense, this is the all-time low. I wouldn't measure this as the all-time low, though. I mean, arguably it could be. I would say that that's the all-time low. PEPE could have bottomed, but I think that it's also possible that we could go lower down to this 786. The reason why I think that is because it's common. It's pretty common to go to your 786. Also, right around that area is this previous area of resistance in this little range where you had your all-time low. So I do think that finding a higher low based off of that is a decent probability. Taking it here from the low to high on this move, you can see that your 1272 is a little bit below that 786. You could go below that. You might not go quite that low. I don't know. There's nothing, I guess, really lining up with that too much, is there? There is a lot lining up with that 618, that 1414, man. That's nice to see. Let's see here. I would be surprised, especially with this kind of look, if PEPE didn't go lower. But let's look at it maybe on Kraken and just see. Kraken looks a little bit better, actually, and I like Kraken more. There's more volume on Kraken, so that might be the key in itself. Somewhat of like a double bottom down here, bullish engulfing candle, sure. We have lower highs. I think, I do think that it goes lower. I personally do feel pretty comfortable saying that. Let's look at the 4-hour. 4-hour RSI, it looks like you're showing some kind of bearish divergence. You might continue to build up from here, but you might be seeing a down move soon, like very soon. I don't know if you go above this high. Even if you do, I wouldn't get too excited. You are above the purple line right now, and you are below the 50 on the 4-hour. I don't think it's time to move up yet. I do think that you move lower. Up and down. Look at that. You literally tipped your 1272. Came back, found support in the sweet spot. You're coming back up again. I think you're getting some kind of a double, triple top, whatever, forming bearish divergence. You might quite literally reject this overbought zone, form some bearish divergence, and then move down from there. Decreasing volume as you're moving up. Love to see it all just kind of work together, right? So I do think that PEPE moves lower. How much lower does it go? Well, I do think it goes below this low, but based on this chart here, let's see, from bottom to top, the 1618 is all the way down there at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, 485. you could see a move that takes you past your 1886 even, right? That's where that low was. So somewhere, really hard to say, but I would say somewhere between about 60277 to 60485, somewhere in that range is where I think Pepe might find its low. That's my opinion. Probably get into this oversold zone again on the daily. You can see how these highs kind of line up with each other from high here down to that high there. Maybe you do go up a little bit more. Maybe you go up just a little bit more, but you don't have to. You can turn around from here. It doesn't have to hit that this line by any means. You know, maybe it's more like this line here. I don't know. I don't know. Something like that. You know, maybe that's the line. And we've broken through it already. But anyways, I do think that you go lower one way or another. How much lower do you go? It's a pretty big range, but 6 zeros, 482, 6 zeros, 277, somewhere in there, I think makes sense to me. There's not a whole lot of chart to go off of. You know, if we take this onto the Poloniex chart again, you know, it's still not a whole lot. It is more, but from low to top there, you know, you've got, let's see, the 618, your 1618 comes there at about the 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a lot lower. That's a lot lower. Maybe you don't go that low. I'm sorry. I forgot how different this chart was. I don't think you see that low. I was looking for this previous area here. Yeah, that comes in. The tops come in at about the 6 zeros, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, 32886. So that kind of falls in that original range that I laid out, between about 6 zeros 227 and 6 zeros 485, I believe is what I said. So somewhere in there, lower from here. Maybe it goes up just a little bit, but I don't think that it's found its low. That's really all I have to say. Right now, it looks like we're finding support or resistance at a previous area of support. That's really what it looks like, right? So I wouldn't get too excited at the moment. I like Pepe. I very much do like Pepe. I want to say that. I think that it has a bright future as a meme coin, unless it's got a rug pull, you know, involved with it, unless there's some kind of scandalous things that are behind this coin that we don't know about. But I have a good feeling about it, you know, and that I can be wrong. Feelings can be wrong. But I think that it'll have a good bull market. I just don't think it's time for it to go up now. I do plan on buying some of this coin myself. I don't plan on putting a whole lot into it because I think that there is huge reward potential and huge risk potential. So I don't want to bet the farm because, you know, I can bet a small amount and make a large amount. So why bet a large amount? You know, if you can make good money with a small amount of money, do that. It's less risky. It's less risky. And that the whole point of this game is to not be risky. It's to oh, we just moved up a little bit, didn't we? I think we just moved up a little bit on the, at least on this chart. Yeah, we did. Yeah, look at that. We just had a 14% move on this. It's on Poloniex. Don't get too excited. Let's go back to Kraken. I mean, maybe on Kraken it is, but let's see. Kraken, it looks weird too. On Kraken, you're only up 1% in the last 15. So and you're up, yeah. So not that much, but anyways, guys, don't bet the farm on this thing. If you want to buy it here, sure. I think that. Buying on the overall, let's go back to the Poloniex chart. I'm sorry, I keep jumping around here. Buying on the overall, like 618, is a good area to buy, or at least to start DCAing. But I wouldn't start DCAing here on just a lower high. You know, on Poloniex, this chart here, look at that, we're already down again. We were up 15% or 16% now. I don't know. And now we're down. Now we're down all the way up 1%. So, you know, the market makers for Poloniex, maybe they just wanted to have it resist or find resistance at this 0.5 previous area of support to further verify that we're going to go down. With this look in itself, I would expect that you see the 786, which again is just right around that area. The 886 even right around that 227 area, or 277, I forget what I said, but it's still right around that area. So these lines down here, very much at play. Very, very much at play. So I wouldn't be buying now. I would be patient. I would be waiting. And that's all I got for you. So take care, everybody. Bye-bye. See you on the next one.